So, are you late to the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency party? Have you gone back to your bags and looked and thought, wow, I've missed the boat here? The whole purpose of the market is to rattle you out and to shake you out. I've been pretty good at buying low and selling high. I've also been very good at taking profit along the way. And my portfolio is looking pretty good right now. However, I know that some people watching this video may well be still stuck on the sidelines. But we're going to focus on some key points here why potentially FOMO could get you wrecked only because you are thinking short term, you want to make money quickly, and you are looking to build a collection of hot tips instead of a portfolio. Hugely important. I've been talking about this a lot about my Patreon in terms of how to do certain things. It's paid off massively there. And we're going to go into more detail soon. Also, new setup. Thought, why not? Anyways, let's get into the most obvious part here, right? These 2 points on Motley Fool are absolutely perfectly obvious in terms of picking out the bones of the market. Too many people, in my opinion, don't focus on simple goals and they just want to get money quickly. Oh, Bitcoin, I want to buy this, You know what I mean? In that vibe where people are just like proper FOMO into whatever. I have a bit of a situation with my own life right now. I don't want to do that many YouTube videos anymore. I've kind of given up with that idea. I want to do meaningful content that what I say means something to the market, to people who are following me. So yes, you may well see less videos. You may well see more psychological stuff at the right moments, like this one where Bitcoin has broken out $51,000, $52,000 right now as time I'm speaking. Key levels, and the altcoins haven't really moved yet. So yes, you are probably very, very late to Bitcoin. Very, very late, obvious. But there is ways and means to make Bitcoin via altcoins, which is what you need to kind of make note of. But you need to make a simple goal. How much do you want to buy? What do you need to have to make those returns? When are you going to buy? What are you going to buy? But this bottom bit here, building a portfolio and not a collection of hot tips. I, in a minute, will show you YouTube right now. I've been away with my missus and I've been thinking a lot about it in terms of what I want to do for my YouTube channel. I want to focus on fundamentals of altcoins. I want to focus on the most obvious part of psychological warfare in your brain of taking profit and how to buy properly. All that kind of stuff makes of interest for a lot of people, but they don't get the traction until after the event. As I said before, I've spoken about buying low, selling high. Some people just don't get it. Sorry, but it happens. When we talk about other stuff that I do, this is closing, by the way. I thought I'd highlight it. This is closed on the 1st of March, unless it closes before then. I recommend it. But why has the market reacted as it has? Well, one, the inflation data is looking interesting. It didn't come in as good as expected, but it didn't really rattle the market too much. It's still slowly coming down. Obviously, December would be a bit obvious with previous Thanksgiving in America and most importantly, Christmas, But the thing that I'm more interested in right now is the dollar index. Bitcoin and everything in the altcoin sphere is going up. The dollar is also going up too. But it has been somewhat topsy-turvy over the last, 12 months, give or take, up and down, up and down. It's looking good for a potential downtrend. However, it depends on so many economical things. But one of the big economical things that I think we're all kind of missing out on in terms of the long term and the longevity here, the Bitcoin ETFs are a huge success, massive success. I can't even describe how much of a success this currently is versus the rest of the ETFs in terms of launches in the past. The inflows over the last week have been phenomenal. The amount of current supply of Bitcoin held by ETFs is huge right now. Massive, monstrous, huge. And this is only going to increase over time with halving, with scarcity, all those kind of factors. And we're going to look at the technicals in a bit. So please check out that bit, because I think people are forgetting the obvious here. Bitcoin's going to halve, Bitcoin's got scarcity. Wall Street want your Bitcoin. And that's going to only increase it. And the one thing that current retail or current people in the cryptocurrency space will do, they will rotate into altcoins. And that's when you're going to get these massive alt seasons. This is why you're getting competition elsewhere in the market for doing content, for meme coins, for exchanges, for all this kind of stuff happening. It's pretty much a competitive market right now. But we're only just getting started. When we look at altcoins and BTC and any big search phrase on YouTube, it's currently a bit minging. I hate it. I really starting to hate it again. And this is when I get to that point where I'm a bit grumpy because everything's a bit unbearable to watch. It's called euphoria. And this is where we're going to get a bit of a rattle at some point because someone somewhere is going to do something and the market's going to follow it. Sometimes you are waiting to get in and it keeps going up and up and up. And the opposite is it pulls back too much and people can't handle it. And then it gets a bit toxic. I mean, look at some of these videos here. Some of them are pretty crazy when you think about it. But at the end of the day, it's all about trying to get noticed, which is kind of important with the world of crypto. Not fun. But where are we? Search volume is increasing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the biggest one. Ethereum's starting to get there. We look at other stuff as well. Not too much. Obviously, yeah. Some other stuff hasn't gone yet. But the reality is here, Bitcoin alone is still early for mass retail. But for us in the space, we've probably got enough understanding to understand the obvious that probably not going to make much money here, unless you want to kind of keep growing your bags. This is what I want to talk about. You will only get wrecked if you are focused on the one narrative of getting rich. If you are focusing on growing your Satoshis, you'll probably make a lot of money over time. Let's talk about something. When we talk about Bitcoin and we talk about this rally, I've closed this long right now. I'm pretty happy with the gains that I had on it, growing my Bitcoin. But the reality is here, there's two things. The price of Bitcoin is huge right now, currently, in terms of the market psychology. Huge. But it may well pull back very, very soon, very, very aggressively as well, providing it can get through certain levels. Yes, inflows of ETFs, huge. You may well have missed the boat, essentially. But when we're looking at the altcoins in terms of the values right now, they are unbelievably good, right? Looking at dominance, for example. Dominance could rise. We are still high dominance. If dominance was low, I will be telling you, you've probably missed a boat with altcoins as well. But it hasn't happened yet. So still chance. So even though I'm saying you may well FOMO into Bitcoin and you may well not feel as good about yourself over time, but the reality is some altcoins are looking fantastic in the BTC pairs. However, a little tip for you. This is in a good place. Down here will not be if you are coming into the market. So if you're watching this video right now, leave a like. Let me know what you're buying. Let me know what is happening in your portfolio, what you are focusing on. For me, I'm focusing on growing my Bitcoin because what I could do here is I can put my altcoins into certain things and using Bitcoin. Now, I rumbled a lot of feathers recently with Polkadot saying that I was selling part of my bag to rebuy back low. I've done that. I've been able to accumulate more units of DOT, which overall has a bigger value in Bitcoin, which is huge. But when I think about the future of the altcoin market and I think about return of investment and risk to reward, we could be going much higher up and around these levels, which could then lead me to sell part of my bag into Bitcoin and grow Bitcoin as well. We go back to creating those portfolio goals, making the goals, not focusing on certain things, not focusing on the obvious of, oh, what is this YouTuber telling me to buy today? Oh, must do it. Talk about it on my own bits and pieces on private communities all the time. When I say something, people listen, people take note, and if I sell something, people tend to follow. Not everyone, just people. Some people do. It's just the way it is, right? However, don't fall into that trap. Trust me, it hurts. So going back to Bitcoin, going back to all this kind of stuff, right? We are at a point where you are at the absolute crisp end of the next couple of months where it will shake out. And you will find that people will survive and some people will crumble. Will there be a halving dump? There's a possibility of it. However, we've never had a halving with ETFs. Might be different. We have also looked at altcoins and thought, well, what about if Bitcoin dominance goes even higher than we ever think and we get absolutely shaken out massively the BTC pairs and it actually turned out we should have just bought Bitcoin anyways, right? But what history tells us is there's always a big move up, which would trigger an obvious alt season when it moves down, right? Into these big parabolic kind of runs down. Bear with me. This is the big one. So we've got to look at that. So yeah, you may well grow Bitcoin without even realizing here. I've probably confused people. You're probably in the comments right now wondering what on earth am I on about. However, if you are struggling, jump in Patreon. I will show you properly. Or Learning Crypto. Learning Crypto has courses for the beginners. Patreon is very, very different. It's more content, but it's a bit fast-paced. Anyways, enjoy.